Hey y'all, Kittyliciousness here, and as you may have noticed, glasses, office, serious shit's about to go down here. Actually, I'm just at my mom's office, summer, nothing to do, and I wear glasses. Shaka. So, to get down to the point, we're going to be talking about gay marriage. Ooh. Yeah, and let me just say that I am so happy you guys requested this on my video. Help me out, because I was planning on doing it anyway. Now, I don't think that this should be such a taboo topic as it is, and it is getting better. It's getting better. But face it, it's gonna happen. That's my first statement. It's gonna happen, whether you want it to or not. Now, if you're going to be some, excuse my language, but homophobic shithead who's going to be critical and just shout at everyone in the comments saying, no, this is wrong, you're stupid, blah, 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 then just get out. We don't need your bigotry, okay? But if you're open to new ideas and are thinking, I might want to learn more about this before I become a bigot, then welcome. I'm happy that you're coming. I'm happy that you're watching this, just to learn more about it, just to learn that, this is how it is. This is what's happening. And that was the talk. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about mainly the arguments against homosexual marriage. And to be honest, I'm going to be debunking all of them. Okay, I wrote a term paper about this, and I will be looking at it for reference. So if I pause to skim through something, having a rough definition of same-sex marriage as being same-sex, between one man and one man, or one woman and one woman. That is what it is, and this is why it is okay. And these arguments are going to be focused mainly on American rights, because that is what I'm familiar with, that is what I know, that is where I live. So, sorry for other countries if these facts don't completely correlate, but they mostly will. We will say that marriage is about finances. Oh my gosh, it's about finances? I thought it was about God. No. Marriage is not specifically Christian. Marriage is about sharing finances, sharing insurance, sharing a loan, sharing a house, raising children. It is not about having children. It is not about God. It is not about anything besides political. One of the many common arguments against homosexual marriages is that homosexuality is not natural. Well, it kind of is. Homosexuality is found in over 1,500 species, including birds, monkeys, dolphins, lions, all sorts of animals and fish and birds and insects, all kinds of animals. And it's not just other animals that find it natural. Homosexuality is found all throughout human culture and history. Homosexuality was found in Native American tribes, in ancient Egyptian pharaohs. Yes, pharaohs. The royal did it. In Rome, the very famous people were homosexual. So it is not unnatural to be homosexual. It is a common trait in genes. Some people also suggest that homosexuality is a choice, that people choose to be gay, people choose to be lesbian, people choose to be bisexual. I didn't choose to be bisexual, though I am. Sexuality and sexual orientation are like handedness. Whether you're right-handed or left-handed, it is biological, and it is not something that can easily be changed. In fact, it can't be changed, it just can be taught to act a certain way. Like, I'm right-handed. If I tried my hardest, I could write with my left hand, but it would suck. Okay? It would be hard to read, it would be hard for everyone else, and it would be hard for me. Also, answer me this. Why would anyone choose to be gay in this world? In this modern world where people are ridiculed, hurt, beaten, killed over their sexual orientation if they're not straight. Why would people choose that? People want to be accepted, people want to be normal. It's human nature to want to fit in. When you logically think about it, no one would choose to be gay. They just are. Now, other people say that marriage is an institution. It's always been between one man and one woman, and it cannot be changed. Well, if marriage was truly static and hasn't changed at all throughout the course of history, then blacks and whites could not be married. Divorce would still be illegal, and the female bride would still be sold off to the groom by the father for sheep. Also, on that note, let's take a step back into history and see what they said about marriages like interracial marriage is unnatural and immoral. It cannot happen. Huh. Unnatural? Immoral? There's also the argument that marriage is for procreation, and thus, those who cannot have children, i.e. homosexuals, cannot get married. If that were the case, which it's not, because nowhere in the Constitution does it say that marriage is strictly designed for having children. But, if it were, then we would need to do some serious changing. The infertile would not be allowed to marry. The elderly, who are past reproductive age, could not marry. And those who simply did not want to have a child would not be allowed to marry. And, on the note of children, there is also the argument that gay parenting would be harmful to the child. Can someone please tell me how two loving parents who actually have a child they want and worked hard to get could be more harmful than parents who accidentally had their child? Trust me, you do not accidentally adopt a child. This argument that gay marriage is harmful to children because the parents are gay stems from the idea that being gay is a taught trait, that you are somehow taught by your parents to be homosexual. Let's think about this for a second. If marriage or gay marriage is a taught trait by your parents, where did I learn that from? Do I have a gay uncle? Because my parents are straight, and I'm bisexual. This person's parents are straight, very religious, very against gay marriage. He's gay. What the fuck? People also say on this argument that children need both a mother and a father in order to be raised properly. There are many single fathers or single mothers or children with no parents at all raising themselves, whether on the streets or in adoption centers. Tell me how having two fathers or two mothers could be worse than having no parents at all. There's also the argument that homosexuals have civil unions and thus do not need marriage. A civil union is so different from a marriage. One of the main reasons is because a marriage is recognized almost universally, at least nationwide. A civil union, however, is not recognized in every state. It is recognized in some states, and in every state, those rights that you get with that civil union are different, if existent at all. Marriages have determined rights, determined benefits that you get no matter where you are. Marriage, constitutionally legal. Civil unions, Okay, another argument is based on the Bible, the big book of God. Now, I don't blame you if you follow the Bible, it's your religion, you're right, all that stuff. Have at it. But, let me point out a few things. Sure, the Bible says that homosexuality is wrong. It states, you shall not lie with a male as with a woman, it is an abomination. The Bible also says that if a son is disobedient or acting out, he will be stoned to death. If a woman is raped, then she must marry her rapist, or she will be stoned to death. A girl can be sold by her father into slavery, the Bible says it. A man must marry his brother's widow even if he's married. The Bible says that. There are many things in the Bible that we disregard today with no problem. A person is being a hypocrite if they are saying the Bible says it, so it must be true. Because unless they are following everything, which would get them probably killed, they cannot say that. It is not okay, it is not right, it is hypocritical. You can follow the Bible however you want, but you cannot enforce that onto other people. Also, Christians are not the only people who get married. Atheists get married, Jews get married, people from thousands of different religions get married every day. Just because it's against Christianity for gays to marry does not mean they cannot marry. And lastly, there is one important thing I must show you. Separation of church and state. Read my lips. Separation. There is no way Congress can make laws based on religion. So just because you do not believe homosexuality is right, because it's against your religion, that cannot be imposed onto me. You cannot impose on my rights as a human being because you are unhappy. Plus, how is my marriage affecting you in any way? I am not barging into your house, taking your home, taking your children so I can have my homosexual family. That's not what's happening. We're just having our own separate lives in our own separate worlds. It's not affecting you in any way. And those are the facts behind homosexuality. It is not a taught trait. It is strictly genetic. It is not something that you can change. It is not something you can impose on other people. It is not something you can stop other people from doing. It is, and always will be, something that is for me alone, or for him alone, or for her alone. It is strictly the person, not you. So yeah, if you liked my little rant, feel free to subscribe to my page, follow me, like my posts. I would be happy to take any more requests about what you think I should talk about.